Beneath their sleek aluminum exterior lies the heart of every Olight, its battery. I'm Sam, welcome back to Olight 101, where we will discuss on this episode what makes Olight batteries special and how to recharge them. When talking about Olight flashlights, we can divide them into three categories. The first use lithium-ion rechargeable cylindrical batteries like the Baton series, the Marauder series, and more. Another category, use lithium polymer batteries. That is the Arc Pro series and the Eclipse series and lights like that. The third category are gun lights, and we're going to talk about those in a separate episode. First off, we'll discuss the cylindrical lithium-ion rechargeable batteries. As you can see here, they come in a variety of sizes, but the shape is always cylindrical. Now, one of the most popular size of batteries in the past several years has been the 18650. A lot of flashlight manufacturers use this because it fits really nicely inside a handheld sized flashlight. Now, what are some of the numbers that you have to be aware of? Well, why do we call it an 18650? Well, 18 refers to the width in millimeters, 18 millimeters across. 6.5 refers to the millimeters in height, so 65 millimeters from top to bottom. And that last zero on the end, that describes the cylinder shape, because zeros are round, just like cylinders. So an 18650, 18 by 65 with that round profile. Again, this one used to be very popular in handheld flashlights. But recently, in the last maybe 5 years, the 21700 sized battery has become a lot more popular because it packs a lot more punch. Now, there is other battery sizes as well in things like the Baton 4 and the Perrin 3 Mini. You can find the 16340 battery, cute little guy right there. And all the way up on the other side of the spectrum is the 32650, which is quite unique in the flashlight industry. This one features in our Marauder Mini 2. Now, another interesting battery in the Olight lineup is this one right here. It's a battery pack, which has two 21700 batteries stuck together so that you can boost the voltage to run a high-powered light like the Javelot Turbo 2. Now, what's the deal with capacity, milliamp hours, voltage, amps, watts? That is our next subject on Olight 101. Now, to talk more about capacity and voltage, let's take a nice close look at this 21700 and show you what it says on the label. So again, we just talked about size, physical size, 21700, rechargeable lithium-ion battery. You'll see that this one's labeled with 5000 mAh. mAh stands for milliamp hours. You can think about that as the size of the fuel tank on board this battery. This battery has a fuel tank of 5,000 milliamp hours. If you go down to an 18650 size, well then your capacity is going to drop to about 3,500 milliamp hours. But what's not going to change is the voltage. Now, 3.6 volts is what's known as the nominal voltage. You can think about this as the cruising speed. This is the amount of power that the battery has on average. When you fully recharge it, it'll actually read closer to 4.2 volts, but that's because it's fully charged and ready to go. As the light is powered with the battery, the voltage is going to steadily drop. And that's why we have the voltage indicator on many of our flashlights, because that shows you how much power you have left. Now, as we continue going down this, it shows you it has a built-in circuit board to prevent overcharging, over-discharging, and over-discharge current. Now, these are all safety features that are built into our batteries. They're built into many different flashlight batteries in the industry. And it's basically just a protection circuit, just a really, really tiny chip on there that decides if the battery is doing too much, whether that's discharging below a safe level or charging over that 4.2 volts. The battery is smart enough to know not to overcharge or over-discharge. Another really important part to consider about batteries like this is when they say high discharge current. Now, this one, the 18650, shows HDC 10 amps. Now, HDC stands for high discharge current. That means this particular battery has the proper chemistry to push out 10 amps throughout its charge cycle. Other 18650s, they might not be rated for high discharge current. And that's one of the big reasons why Olight likes you to use Olight batteries inside your Olight flashlights, is because the battery that comes with your flashlight is guaranteed to have the right specs, the right safety features to run your light properly. Where other batteries that you might have just laying around, if you throw them in your Olight, they probably won't work and they definitely won't recharge. And that's because we want you to use the proper batteries that came with your lights for maximum safety and maximum effectiveness. Now, like I mentioned, flashlight batteries are generally measured in milliamp hours, but they also, in this case, are labeled in watt hours. Now, watt hours is a calculation of the milliamp hours multiplied by the nominal voltage, and that gets you 12.6 watt hours. So you might have seen that measurement on your power banks or your laptop in terms of the total amount of energy that's contained within the battery. Well, these batteries are labeled that way as well, but generally it's mAh that is the go-to unit when you're considering your battery runtime on flashlight batteries. So now that we've talked a little bit about the voltage and the capacity, I want to come back to this battery right here. Now, when you have two of these batteries, two 21700s stacked on top of each other, they're what's known as in parallel. So what this means is that their capacity remains the same, but their voltage doubles. So you'll see on this one that it's a 7.2 volt battery, but still 5,000 milliamp hours capacity. But then your watt hours go way up. This one is now 36 watt hours. So another big reason why Olight wants you to use our batteries is because if you just throw in any old 21700s into a flashlight like the Olight Turbo 2, it's not going to run at peak efficiency. It's not going to run at peak power. You need to run flashlights like this with the proper voltage and the proper capacity, and you definitely don't want to use two mismatched cells. So that brings us all the way around really neatly to charging these batteries. Now, with Olight's design approach of onboard charging, that means once you take the batteries out of the flashlight once to remove that little yellow isolator tab, you put the batteries back in the light, and then you really don't have to look at that battery ever again until the end of that battery's service life, which might be 5 or 10 years in the future. So the onboard charging methods for Olight flashlights have been magnetic tail recharging. And this has been a very popular system that Olight pioneered more than a decade ago, which has the positive and the negative terminal right there on the bottom of the flashlight. And that works hand in hand with our handy USB-A on one side and magnetic MCC charger on the other. It slaps right on. You guys know it and you love it. It's a very effective way of charging your flashlight. Now, in the modern Olight lineup, there are 3 different MCC chargers. The first one is this one, the MCC1A. Now, this is a charger that will charge at 1 amp and is suitable for smaller lights like the Baton series, the Arc Pro series, and the Sphere. Now, if you need to charge your bigger flashlights, what you're looking for is the MCC3, which you can see on the front here is labeled MCC1A/1.5A/2A, which means it can charge at anywhere from 1 amp to 2 amps, and it'll intelligently recognize how much current your flashlight needs and will charge it appropriately. So you can use this one on smaller lights like the Batons or the Arc Faults, but you can also use it on bigger lights like the Marauder Mini 2 or the Olight Turbo 2. And the third MCC cable is labeled MCC Special, and that has reverse polarity to work with our gun lights, which we will talk about on another episode. So that covers the lithium-ion cylindrical batteries. Now let's talk about the lithium polymer pouch-style batteries. These can be found in lights like the Arc Pro Ultra, the Clip Pro, and various other lights from these series. Now, the capacity is still pretty good. It's 2,000 milliamp hours, and the voltage is about the same, 3.6 nominal voltage, maximum of about 4.2. So you still have a lot of good power in lights like this. The mAh of the Clip Pro is about 580, which is not too dissimilar from this one at 650. You can imagine how that's a very similar capacity battery in a similar sized light, but with that flat form factor. Now, these lithium cylindrical batteries have been seen in other consumer electronics like your vape or maybe even your electric car, but batteries like this, lithium polymer pouch cells, are more common in things like your cell phone or your AirPods and things like that. Now, Olight will choose lithium polymer pouch style batteries for lights where they don't want the form factor to conform to these pre-existing cylindrical standards. If they want a flat, small profile light, they got to go with a flat, small profile battery to match. And that is a big reason why we use lithium polymer batteries. Now, magnetic tail cap recharging has been very popular for a long time for obvious reasons. It's just so convenient and it's fairly efficient as well. But the flashlight industry and consumer electronics in general have demands, and that demand is USB-C recharging. So whether that's your cell phone or your earbuds or your flashlight, Olight is looking for interesting ways to incorporate USB-C charging into the lineup. One of the best ways to do that is just by making it the primary charging method in lights like the Clip Pro, where USB-C is the one and only way to charge it. Another interesting way to include that is with lights like the Seeker 4 Pro, which has magnetic charging contacts on the bottom, but also has a holster that you can put the light inside, and the holster has a USB-C port. So this really was one way of getting best of both worlds, USB-C recharging and magnetic charging built together. But of course, the latest and greatest is having the magnetic tail recharging and USB built into the same flashlight. We've got two of those now in the Arc Pro series, which has, like you see here, the magnetic recharging system, and it comes with the MCC 1A in the box, so you're ready to go. And then with the USB-C on the side, it actually does allow the light to charge faster than with the magnetic charger. It just takes a little extra second and both hands to plug it in, whereas if you use the included magnetic charger, it's just that easy. Another best of both worlds type of solution is the Baton 4 Premium, with its charging case, which is USB-C rechargeable, and then the light itself has the magnetic charging built in. Once you drop the light into the charging case, it magnetically recharges, and you actually have the added benefit of using this charging case as a power bank to charge your phone. Another very cool adaptation of USB-C in the lineup. And the latest and greatest Olight model to adopt the multi-charging aspect is the Marauder Mini 2 with its MCC3 magnetic tail recharging, and this very handy little USB-C port, which does allow the Marauder Mini to charge in about 3.5 hours from flat to full at that 2 amp or about 10 watt USB-C charging rate. Or if you use the magnetic charger, sure, it's easy and convenient, but it does take almost closer to 6 hours to fully charge the light using the magnet. It has one more trick up its sleeve, and that's the lanyard right here, which looks like a standard wrist lanyard, but if you just press the button on one side, you can remove the lanyard from its bracket, and it becomes a USB-C to USB-C charging cable. So you'll never be caught without one if you're traveling in the car or if you're out camping. If you have a power bank, you can use the charging lanyard to charge up your Marauder Mini 2. So there you have it, a basic overview of Olight batteries and charging equipment. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'd also love it if you gave a thumbs up to the video if you've watched this far. What other topics would you like us to cover in Olight 101? I'd love to do a few more of these, so please let us know in the comments. I've been Sam. Thank you for watching the Olight World YouTube channel.